I am not surprised that this is happening right now. I mean, I've known for the longest time that Def Noodles is a worthless piece of shit that doesn't care about anybody but himself, that doesn't even care about any issues, doesn't even care about nothing, only cares about what makes his pocket or only what fills his pocket and what makes him look good. This is a continuation of the last Def Noodles video I made where I talk about his insane meltdown with Papa Gut, where he basically coped and said that, oh, I made Papa Gut and Cavos quit YouTube, so who's on top now? I'm on top. Me, Mr. Noodles Boy is on top. So two Twitter users were arguing about Papa Gut and saying how much of a shitty person or not a shitty person he is because he made some joke on TikTok, which he got a lot of backlash for. And Papa Gut comes in and responds with, the joke was, if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. Thank you so much, Andres Lopez, for the advice. It was a satirical call out since he slept with a 14-year-old. It was a joke I've commended multiple times, but that person isn't interested in honesty. Then Def Noodles comes in hot with the tweet that will begin his self-destruction, that will begin the end of his career, saying, motherfucker got famous on TikTok for joking about fucking 14-year-old girls, then gets offended someone jokes about him. But you know, he was right. I shouldn't have said that. Should have instead said he makes himself so small in his videos to hide the fact that he looks like a pedophile. Then proceeds to tag the FBI to put him on a watch list. Which, what the fuck, Noodles? Def Noodles got a lot of backlash for this, mainly because he would call out other YouTubers for like joking around with pedophilia or spreading false pedophile allegations, and also because he's suing somebody for making a pedo joke about him. Wonder who that is. Yeah, Def Noodles is suing Keemstar for a tweet that Keemstar made about Def Noodles like over like a year ago, where Keemstar made like some pedophile allegation towards Def Noodles, saying that Def Noodles groomed multiple underage girls, because during that time frame Def Noodles has been posting a bunch of false stories about James Charles, pushing lies as truths, and Keemstar decided to give Def Noodles a taste of his own medicine, and then Def Noodles just took it to court and sued the fuck out of him. And now Def Noodles is doing what Keemstar did to him to Papa Gut. He is trying to initially or at least make assumption that he's like some sort of pedophile. I believe that his pedophile allegation is worse than Keemstar, because at least Keemstar put allegedly, didn't even push it as 1000% fact, while Def Noodles put the joking in quotes, meaning Papa Gut actually wants to fuck 14-year-old girls, which he doesn't. And so yeah, so Def Noodles, you're a fucking dumbass for that. He tweeted that pedophile tweet while Papa Gut was live on Twitch watching him debate Christian Walker on some dumb thing. I don't know. I don't even know who the fuck Christian Walker is. But Papa Gut was watching Def Noodles' podcast as Def Noodles made the tweet. And he saw the tweet and he had an emotional breakdown and basically he was very upset in the video because he had to mention his wife's trauma. And he's over here expressing his feelings about how fucked and an insane human Def Noodles is for basically calling him some pedophile when he's deplatformed two predators on TikTok for, wanting to fuck 14-year-old girls or boys, and Def Noodles is just over here steamrolling him, being an absolute asshole about it because he's still butthurt that he lost the debate from months ago. And now overnight Def Noodles has become from loved to hated. He completely self-destructed here. A couple days later, Def Noodles uploads a video quote-unquote apologizing to Twitter or about his dumbass tweets about Papa Gut, which isn't really an apology. He was just there, saying how, he basically doubled down on it, saying sticks into words always hurt, words are stronger than bullets or some gay shit like that. and then he got disliked bomb to ass for that.
Folks, it feels like it's been only a couple of days since we were here last. And once again, I find myself in a situation where my mouth gets me in trouble. I am once again facing a new round of allegations, backlash, drama, whatever you call it. The people are upset because of things I say, words I say. As we all know, words are the most harmful thing in the world. In fact, some say words are more harmful than bullets. Sisters don't break bones, and words will always hurt me. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, folks, I want to take the time to address all the situations that are going on Twitter. It's not like how bad it's been, but I've been happy. I finally expressed myself in a Twitter and as we all know, that's the only character that's appropriate for expressing what's rational and not emotion-based thought at all. However, leading us to having my Twitter back, it appears I have stepped on the proverbial man table face flat on the ground. As a result, many people on Twitter are very disappointed at me. Burnout is not very happy with my mouth. It my head, and all a bird moving on my head is not the sound of like. So in my case, it appears I have sealed my fate. So I find myself standing here once again by myself at 3:33 in the morning on July 28th, 1 month, 7 days after summer solstice. Once again for all of you, that is a very heavy pain, trouble, and bleeding heart. I say very much energy I can muster to utter the words that are coming out of my mouth. I am very, very, extremely, profoundly, unequivocally, with no reprieve, but perhaps some second guessing, while also being on the page. Maybe it's really anyway, that I, Dennis Mendoza, the host of this show, the Noodles, on the Destructs channel, which was established in 2018 in Los Angeles, California, which is a state in the United States of America, which is located on planet Earth, which is coincidentally the third rock circling around the sun in the Milky Way galaxy. Me. I, him, he, him, those are my pronouns for anyone asking. Dennis, I am very profoundly sorry.
You don't mean that.
Yep.
Then Def Noodles decides to double down on his tweet calling Papa God a pedophile, basically saying that, oh, I didn't call him a pedophile. I said he looks like a pedophile, when that's still like, it's still a call for action saying that he is a pedophile. If you say someone looks like a pedophile, you're initiating that he is a pedophile. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know, like, what the fuck does mean. I mean, looks does. I mean, if you say someone looks like a pedophile, and you're showing him like shitty pictures of him, you are calling for action, saying, oh, this guy's a pedophile, or hey, this guy's trying to tell me this guy's a pedophile, but he actually isn't a pedophile. So, but like, dude, like, you're not making yourself any better here. Like, for example, Def Noodles posted this picture saying, me tells a joke, them, with a picture of Papa Gut crying. He also made merch out of them. Okay, plus, on a side note, he didn't really sell these, but he put his face on a t-shirt and just, like, said, I'm gonna be selling this shit, ha 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 ha. And then he also posted this, which is, like, actual picture of Papa Gut's van, with a picture of a white van that says, free candy, kids. Then, during this whole shit show, Def Noodles announced that he was gonna do this thing called a roast battles.
See this space? This is my office here in Los Angeles. And there's going to be a performance space in it. And what we're gonna do in 2 weeks is we're going to start having roast battles. So everybody talking shit right now on the internet, I invite you to come to my office to say it to my face. Pay the $15 to get through the door, and welcome to the roast battle, baby. Let's see if you can survive the heat, bitch.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic that you're charging people $15 just to go up and roast you to save your dying career that you are so desperately holding on to. And here's when the hypocrisy comes in. He also says people who talk shit online are not able to back it up. But in a couple moments here, we are going to show the hypocrisy around that, boys and girls. The hypocrisy kicks in when Def Noodle starts a 6 hours Twitter space where the whole gang showed up. We had Nicholas Dioyer, Ziley Gets Real, Adam McIntyre, some dumbass politician that got roasted by Smaggle Daggle, and Keemstar all jumped in to say their words. And the hypocrisy in the Twitter space of Def Noodles, he says that they talk shit on the internet, but they're not able to back it up. But in the Twitter spaces, a bunch of his fans kind of like bitched him into like delete tweets where Def Noodles was originally doubling down on the tweets, basically saying, oh, acting all hard and saying, you can't fucking stop me, I'll tweet it again, Papa Gut's a pedophile, and just outright outrageous shit. But once he gets confronted live, he just gets bitched and just gets totally steamrolled by his fans. Def Noodles had a chance to talk to Papa Gut during the Twitter space. They basically went back and forth, and then Papa Gut asked Def Noodles the very hard-hitting question, did you ever love someone? And also, while talking to Papa Gut, he also begged for a fucking moderator. I don't know why you need a moderator when you didn't have a moderator last time and you literally steamrolled Papa Gut through that debate. It's only fair when he steamrolls through you, but I get it. You want a fair chance to talk. But when every time Papa Gut nails you on a question, you always go to like Nick, because Nicholas Diorio was the so-called moderator through this. I don't even know if it's moderation because I don't even know, but like, you get my point. But the next day, Def Noodles went on his podcast to bitch and moan about the Twitter space, bitch and moan about his fans hate people, why people hate him, bitch and moan about Papa Gut, and apparently, okay, this is Def Noodles' words, he said that he is weaponizing his wife's trauma to get sympathy points. And his co-host, also known as Steven, went on to say that he has like white tears, or people are falling for like white tears. What the fuck? I don't understand how race is getting into this. Then things went quiet for a little bit until more drama has decided to spawn its ugly head into the mix. So a video was made by Tommy C from Shot from the Point, who made a video basically going into Def Noodles' age, cause on his famous birthdays, Def Noodles is supposedly 27 or 25, but Tommy C did a bit of research into it and said that he graduated a much earlier than what a usual 27-year-old at this time would graduate, or something like that. So he went into a little bit of a deep dive into Def Noodles' bit of a past, and he looks and basically came to the conclusion that Def Noodles is way older than what he initially says or thinks. Then Def Noodles once again had the spotlight for allegedly lying his age, so then Def Noodles hopped on his podcast again to address his age, and he admits to it all.
I mean, there's like about 30% of truth in this. Anyway, my age. I was born March 10th, 1995. So essentially there's a 10-year difference on what's shown here and what my actual age is. So this has been like a weird thing because, like I said, I didn't expect to like fucking have a following or any. This was supposed to be my side hustle. It wasn't supposed to be my life, what I'm building my business as, right? So like it got to a point where like people were just referencing that as my age, and then they were like asking me what it was, and I was like, bro, what the fuck do I say, right? Like, do I say what's online or do I say my actual age? And it got this weird thing where like now I feel like I'm lying about this stupid thing because I don't give a fuck about my age. It was a business decision that I did with somebody who was advising me on how to set this up. Right. So it's just, it got to a point. So here it is. That's what it is. I'm 37 years old. Yes, I'm 37 years old. That's my age. Okay.
Now this really changes everything to me, at least, because now that I know that Def Noodles is 37 and not 27, a lot of things have changed about it. Like, in the past, didn't Def Noodles shit on Keemstar for being an old man covering drama about 20-year-olds? When Def Noodles is a 37-year-old man, 3 years younger than Keemstar, covering drama like for Ethan Klein, Trisha Paytas, Dixie D'Amelio, Charlie D'Amelio, Tana Mojo, David Dobrik. All those people are like for like all those like what 10-year-olds watch. And he also shat on Tipster, who Tipster, by the way, is younger than Def Noodles. He also shat on Papa Gut, who Papa Gut is, I think Papa Gut's like 32. Yeah, he's 32 and he's younger than Def Noodles as well. Like, Jesus, dude. Dude, every time Def Noodles, like, speaks, he becomes a walking, talking hypocrite. Then after his age got exposed, he got into a bit of beef with the one and only journalist nobody likes, Taylor Lorenz. So Taylor Lorenz jumps into the mix, responding to an Adam McIntyre tweet about Def Noodles' age, saying, "He told me in an interview in 2020 he was 24. Just found out in my interview transcript." Then Def Noodles responds with, "Taylor lied, people died. This is why people don't trust mainstream media. I never said I was 24. I explained it very clearly in our conversation at Taylor Lorenz why I didn't want my age published. I had been advised by my agent to not have it published. This was my recorded May 2020.
Also, how old are you, by the way?
I'm in my 20s. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Why?
because they usually ask us to include age if we quote someone. So we'll say, so and so, comma 32 or whatever.
Yeah, I just like as an actor, I like that is primarily what I do. I don't do the YouTube stuff usually, but this has kind of just happened. But like I don't usually give out my age, but I'm in my 20s. I just don't. I don't want to date myself.
It says when you.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just know my editor is going to ask. It says when you Google that you're 24.
Yeah.
It looks like you are on like IMDb and stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's okay, we might include it. But I can say to my editor, it's just we include it for everyone, age and location. And
yeah, that's
title.
fine. You can whatever's easier.
Sorry.
I just usually. I don't get the only reason why I don't get my age out is like my agent's like, look, if you may not be able to play younger roles or they may not think you're good for older roles.
I totally get it. We just have to ask for everyone, but I literally
Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Taylor Lorenz. I think Taylor Lorenz is a fucking loser who, yeah, it's just a loser, but I mean, you technically did lie to Taylor Lorenz. You said that you were like, you said that you were like 20 something. So you technically did lie. You still kind of lied your age to Taylor Lorenz. And yeah, that's basically it, dude. Then Def Noodles was hit with the hard block by Taylor Lorenz. Basically saying Taylor Lorenz just can't handle one hit, even though this guy is basically getting railed to shit. Def Noodles just got blocked by Taylor Lorenz. Then recently, Def Noodles, things have not been looking good for Def Noodles. One, he's still butthurt that people found out his real age and that he's making like shitty memes about it or shitty jokes about his age. And then he just copes and says, oh, me at 40, whatever the fuck, and my haters at like 19 with like dead shit or whatever. And then recently, I think the haters have gotten to his head. So Def Noodles has been responding to a bunch of like troll comments, basically getting people who are getting into his head. And then some person responded to Def Noodles saying, you want to educate others on comedy so we can understand your jokes? Genius. And then Def Noodles comes in with the heat saying, go educate yourself at the end of a barrel of a loaded shotgun. And he got a lot of backlash because this was interpreted to Def Noodles basically telling someone to go kill themselves. And then basically Def Noodles then deleted the tweet, then responded to his deletion of the tweet saying that he had to take it down because people were mass reporting it. You know, he's being false flagged. He was being attacked by a campaign of false flaggers. But if you look at the tweet, it did not get flagged. It got deleted by Def Noodles. Because if a tweet gets flagged, it's gonna say deleted because it violates the Twitter rules. So Def Noodles, once again, spreading misinformation about things that you don't even need to spread. Like, what the fuck? You didn't even have to say it. You could have just said deleted it and said delete it because you pussies can't take the heat. You could have said that instead of saying, oh, you guys are false flagging me. You fucking cocksucker. And personally, I found that joke kind of funny. You know, I like a good KYS joke. I love the KYS jokes. I think it's hilarious as hell. But coming from Def Noodles is very funny because Def Noodles panders to this audience where kill yourself isn't even allowed to be said. People can't be edgy. People can't be... It's kind of like Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein panders to like some like social justice warrior type content. But when he wants to make an edgy joke, he gets canceled because his audience doesn't like edgy jokes. Same with Def Noodles. He wants to be one day he wants to be edgy, but he can't because his audience will just steamroll him if he becomes edgy. And now all that he's been doing for the past few days or two is just coping and molding on his Twitter, basically talking about his age, responding to people who are just fucking with him. He's even he posted 2 skits, one about his age, the other one about the shotgun tweet on his Go with Dennis channel, which is also doing shit, by the way. I mean, Def Noodles is becoming the person he hates the most, or the person he's been shitting on the most. Keemstar. Def Noodles is becoming Keemstar, and I like saying this because Def Noodles hates the guy, and this is totally getting into his head right now. And for the longest time, I've known Def Noodles is a scumfuck. I've known Def Noodles was a shitty human. And I'm glad people are finally catching on. I mean, this guy's losing subs and Twitter followers at a massive rate, and I don't think there's no sign of stopping. So, Def Noodles, if you're watching this right now, I don't know if there's like I don't know if there's any way you can redeem yourself. Just like take a break, I guess, because I think a lot of people are like concerned for your mental health. And I know you're just gonna say this is like a concern troll, this is fucked. But at the end of the day, Def Noodles, I mean, one day you're gonna realize that this all is gonna you're gonna realize that you fucked up, and you were gonna apologize, and it's probably not gonna work. And also recently, he's been like responding to like comments about people like basically concerned for him, basically asking like, dude, is this guy okay? Is he stable? And his response was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are fucking dumbasses. You guys are concerned trolls. I hate you." Like typical Def Noodle shit. Typical Def Noodle style of content. Responds very aggressively when people are actually concerned for him or actually give him slight criticism. Like that's just typical Def Noodles. Now recently, his partner in crime, H3H3 Productions, also known as Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast, decided to make a bit in his podcast talking about the whole Def Noodle shit. I mean, basically he said that he knows that he's been fucking up, the trolls have gotten into him, but he's friends with Def Noodles, Okay, I understand if you're friends with a guy, you kind of want to be a little bit easy on him. But sometimes you gotta like show him a bit of that tough love, And Ethan Klein just like didn't do that. He just projected. I mean, okay, I can understand his perspective because like he doesn't know the drama. He doesn't know why Papa Gut and Def Noodles are beefing. He knows because through like the tweets that he says, but like there's more lore into just tweets. And he also went on the lines of, I mean, did his tweet really hurt people? I mean, to an extent, it did kind of hurt people. I mean, Papa Gut did go on stream and cry and had to re-mention his wife's trauma. And he also, I think he kind of like defends Def Noodles in this shit, but like, dude, if this were like Keemstar, David Dobrik, or Trisha Paytas, or someone Ethan doesn't like, he would have railed the shit out of him. He would have taught it nonstop. It actually would have been the main topic of the podcast. What the fuck? Alright, guys, so I have something funny to show you. So, Def Noodles makes this tweet saying, "Bro, people really out here acting like I posted a nude just to get clicks on a video. The desperation to make money off my name is real." This was posted August 3rd, 2022. And this shows that Def Noodles continues to be a walking, talking hypocrite. Because 6 days before the tweet, Def Noodles posted a video saying, "Jenna Marbles returns to the internet." It's not even like a question. I mean, he did put a question in the thumbnail, but his title, he didn't even put a fucking question in the title. He just says, "Jenna Marbles has come back to the internet." When Jenna Marbles didn't even come back. She just took pictures with fans and just said, "Oh, I still support my fans and I would take a picture with them, but I'm not coming back." So, Def Noodles, you are as desperate and as cringe and as desperate to make money off other YouTubers. You do it all the time. You made money off Keemstar. You made money off Trisha Paytas. You've made money off David Dobrik, James Charles, all those people, the Def Noodles. You're a walking, talking hypocrite. And now Def Noodles is getting more slack on Twitter because people are saying that he is letting a pedophile speak on his podcast. And he ended up addressing it on his podcast. It turns out he wasn't letting some pedophile in. He was just going to talk about how much of a scumfuck this guy is. And why this pedophile deserves to be locked up. So, yeah, it's a minor drama, but that's just something I thought I would need to share. And now he's pulling a Gabby Hanna, basically saying, "Oh guys, look at me, I'm being shadow banned," or "Oh my gosh, guys, look at me, I'm just a victim of censorship. Oh my gosh, guys, people are trying to deplatform me. Why don't you just join my membership right now? Pay me, pay me, pay me." Def Noodles, you are not being censored. You are not being shadow banned. You are not like banned. You're not banned in any way. People just don't want to watch you because you fell off. You just fell off, bro. You fell off. You suck cock. No one likes you. Everyone's turning on you. Everyone's moving to the new big thing, and that is me or other content creators. Okay, that just shut up. I did this to boost my ego. Now, this is the end of the video, bros. Now, what can we conclude from this? We can conclude that Def Noodles is going crazy, at least, or he's at least killing his own career, and his career is pretty much dying. And we all know, and we know this because recently he started channel memberships on his YouTube channel, and he launched a Patreon to gain more money back because he's apparently not gaining as much as he used to because he has lost all his fan base. You know, he's self-destructed a lot. And then what happened is, and frankly, no one's gonna really remember who he is like in the next coming years. I mean, there will be a bit of Def Noodles here and there, but they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we remember Def Noodles. He was like some loser on who was like one of those parasocial losers on Twitter and on the internet. Yeah, that's how people are gonna remember Def Noodles. No one's gonna remember him for this big hero that he thinks that he is. Everyone's gonna remember him as some loser who was on the internet and just calls other people terminally online when he is terminally online himself. So, anyways, that's the conclusion from Def Noodles. He's a loser. He sucks. Anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.